Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my City Skylines series, Fangchenggang region. Today we are in episode 26, and that's quite a lot when we could consider that it's already halfway to the 50 episodes. And this whole series just kind of grew in quite a short time, at least for me, because normally I'm not uploading like this regularly, but I just kind of love uploading regularly, so at least one video per week right now, and I think I will be sticking with one video per week, because then I can do more for the video, and then it is also quite a bit better. And here, so this was just quite useful, and this is just also better for the quality of the video. But what are we doing in this episode? In this episode we are just building a very small block, and this has quite some mixed use, and there's also a reason why this is so small. It is because it's highly detailed. So it is about, I think, 40 buildings or something like this. So no, 20 buildings, I'm sorry. So it's still quite a lot in my opinion, but it is rather small for a whole episode. But I was doing a lot of detailing, and it is just quite a big effort that went into this episode, and I'm very happy with how it turned out. And it's also not that long like the last one. It is 20 minutes and not 40 minutes. So this is the kind of length for an episode that I'm aiming for right now, and that I think that is also worth looking at and watching. So this would also be quite good for you guys. So what you're starting off there is the clinic, so the hospital, and it is very close to the train station and in a downtown. And the reason for this is this would be one of the things that something kind of a service building like this is aiming for, so that you kind of have it very close to a center, and you have a lot of small ones close to the center, so that you can kind of split it off a bit. And this is also something that I'm trying to aim for in this series. And for this one I just thought, okay, we're in the suburbs, we can't build a very huge hospital there because it would be just kind of very unrealistic, so I have to do several smaller ones. And with that idea in my mind, I've started to build it, and I think it turned out pretty well, because it is kind of having a very cozy look, I would say, and this is also what I was aiming for there. And I think right now, yeah, it's kind of what I'm aiming for. And the reason for this is that it's in the suburbs once again, and it's also looking very pretty. I just love the details of smaller areas like this one, so you definitely can expect more episodes like this one, and there will be at least 5 more episodes on the suburbs, because I just love building them, and I think I'm also not too bad at them, because I've also looked at a lot of Google pictures of backyards in Japanese areas and back streets, and they're actually pretty cool to build, I would say. I wouldn't say that they're easy, but they are very cool to build. So I thought about, yeah, we will be using this one, and we will be using this style, and it is just it's just quite a lot of fun for me to make them, and it isn't that hard. It is kind of sometimes a struggle for me, but I just like how it turned out, and how I just kind of had the building progress of it. What I'm doing there on the side is just kind of a small maintenance area with some garbage bins and some garbage cans, and just maybe also something kind of small parking lot for the people that are working there. Because in front we're just having free parking spaces, and they're basically just there for the patients when they're going there and they're having an emergency, so that they can park there. This whole area also kind of still needs something kind of a small space for the ambulances to park. This will be built later on. Not in this video, but in one of the next ones, I hope. But yeah, so I just kind of like the style of it. Also, this is just rather it is rather a very important point in our town. And the reason for this is this would be one of the older areas of the city, because it is right in the harbor area, and this would be quite the space where they would have started the city. And so there also were my thoughts. I can't build their downtown, this wouldn't fit. This just has to be something kind of a smaller suburban area, and here, this is what I was aiming for, basically. I was just thinking there how I could tell it, but this is what I was aiming for there. Here I'm just configuring a small shop corner, and it is quite impressive what I can do with 7 different buildings, just for different looks and layouts of them. And I was quite surprised by myself how good it turned out, because this was just a try and I'm very happy with it in the end. So we will keep doing it like this, because this just kind of gives this small village feeling kind of in the big city. So this is something that I like, and I will be building quite a lot more of them. And this is also what I meant with this is a mixed use block. It is also having kind of this, it is having a school, it is having emergency stuff, and it is still having shopping stuff. I would want to say office stuff, but it is shopping stuff, I'm sorry. And you just kind of have this, and you also have, how is it called? You also have quite a lot of residential stuff. So you have a lot of these small kind of Japanese looking buildings, and they are very crowded and with a lot of backyards. Just, I kind of love the look of them. And here I'm already starting to plop them down, and I'm just always taking about 5 different ones and then just plopping them in the area here, because it is just working out for me, and it's just giving me the possibility of making very quick detailing, and some of them are also pre-detailed, so this is quite useful for me, and they're just basically very easy to use. And so I'm using them for some bigger crowded stuff like this one, because you won't be looking at everyone in a very... So you can kind of aim to look at every single one that much, because then it would be sitting there still in episode 200 just building the backyards of some stuff. So this is just something that I switched to, and we already detailed a lot of the backyards by ourselves. And so I thought, yeah, we could get away with it, and this is then also how we did it. And there I'm using the cobble decal, and the cobble decal is quite good looking. I just kind of love the look of it, and it is looking not too boring and not too overkill detailed. So I just thought, yeah, we'll be using it here. And there I'm just using tiles so that we also get some different ones in there, because different grounds are looking way better than when you would use the standard one the whole time. And yes, so this is what you're doing there, and it is just kind of around this apartment block we have these specific tiles. So my thoughts about this one were that they bought the whole space around it and then built them there. So this means for them that they have the possibility of making even the kind of floor like they want to, and not how they should do. So this is just kind of a small variety that I wanted to add there. And there we've already added in the cobblestone for the other plaza, and then we will just be detailing it with some benches and some trees and some lights. So just some basic stuff. And for this one I'm just placing at first the planter, and then placing the benches around it, and then placing the tree. And I will be copy pasting it all over the place. So there are some of them, and it is looking quite good. I think it is breaking up the whole look of this whole plaza quite good and quite well. So this is what I'm very happy with. Here I'm taking just kind of an... how is it called? I'm sorry, I don't know the word right now. Not cauldron. A drain. We will be placing down these drain grids there, and then just kind of to use them to get rid of the water that would be maybe there if there would be kind of some sort of flooding. We'll be also building some flooding protection later on in another episode, but for now it has to work out like this, I would say. And yeah, so there I was looking at the lighting of this place, because I wanted to have it also a bit more lights in our city, because I haven't took a look at the lighting of the whole city for about 10 episodes, and there's quite a lot of not lit up places, and this is just something that I don't want. So I will have to be switching some stuff around later on, and just kind of going back to some stuff and rebuilding it. Just as the slums will be disappearing nearly completely, but this will be an episode for itself, I think, because this will take me more than what I could throw into a single episode. This is what I wanted to say. That I didn't know the word there somehow, but yeah, this is what I wanted to say, and this is just something that I have to get rid of, and that I will also get rid of later on. Moving back to what we're building right now is a high school. So it is basically this very small building, but I just kind of like the look of it, so I thought, yeah, we'll be using it. And it is having a very small park in front of it, and the reason for this is that I think one of the most important thing for people is greenery in a city, because it just kind of gives them possibility to chill out and just kind of to relax. And for that reason I thought about it would be a great idea to have it in front of a school. And the school is also having a parking garage, also added in there a small entry there, and later on also added some decals that the overpassing from the street to the concrete way was more good looking and was smoother. And yeah, here I just went with the basic trees that I'm using nearly all the time, but we might be using some different ones later on. And I'm also thinking of building a very big forest, a very highly detailed forest with something kind of a very big temple in it. So this will also be an episode itself. This might be after we converted the whole slum area, because I don't like the slum area in any way right now, because it would be fitting to a Chinese city but not to a Japanese one, I think. And here, so here we are just building another block of these kind of commercial blocks, and I just like building them because they're giving a very good detailing for the kind of, well, it is basically for me quite some good detailing, and I just like it like this. And yes, so what I'm doing there is just kind of once again this small block, because kind of the small block technique is working out very well for me. So I thought about, yeah, this would be very useful to use like that, and it is also very good to fill in some spaces that you wouldn't be able to detail that much. So for this one I just like using it like that. And there I've just added in a small road there, because I thought this would be for the entry of the fire station, so that they can leave into both directions, and this would be quite a useful thing to have for them. And once again, just a small shopping passage there, and I'm just doing them kind of to get the people to motivate to be going through our city and through this city, and not only take the car, so that we can also see some pedestrians moving around. And I'm also considering, actually what I'm considering since quite a while, to make the streets darker, because I just would like to have them a bit more darker, just to get in some more details. So this will be something that I will be doing soon, well, better said, soon enough. And here I'm just adding in some more shopping buildings, and I'm moving them there into place. And once again I'm using the similar ones, so that everything fits together, and there also the hard thing is that it won't look repetitive, but I think it worked out quite well. And I'm very happy about the end result of this whole lot, so we will be doing a lot more like them, because it just fits in there, and I like kind of that it's fitting the style. And here, so here I'm just adding in some trees with some grass beneath it, just kind of to get in some more greenery once again. I just love greenery in this game. It is one of my favorite things to do in a game, just to make some greenery and maybe add a forest, so you will see me doing that quite a lot in my videos. And this is basically what we are doing in this episode. And if you've watched this video actually until this point, thank you. And if you're new to my channel, I would appreciate if you'd also consider subscribing to me. I'm uploading at least once a week, and I'm just kind of giving a lot of effort into my build, so I would appreciate if you would sub to me and just kind of to stay up to date with that, and it is also a great way of supporting me. Also, if you did this, thank you, and please like the video. This also helps me a lot, and I'm very happy about last week we've reached 400 subs, and I just can't wait to get to the 500. I'm getting around 30 subs per month. I would love to get this up to 50 subs, so yeah, if you actually like what I'm doing, I would love it if you would subscribe to me, and yeah, thank you. Don't forget to comment what you think about what we built and what you would like to see me build in my city, and yes, have a great day, and see you hopefully in another video. Bye!